And that I don't care is because everybody has an opinion, number one. Number two, I get paid for mine. Number three, and most importantly, it's my opinion based on the facts as presented. I'm not getting personal. I'm not deriding or denigrating anybody. I'm just calling it like I see it when asked or when it's part of my job.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny pulled it out, and I feel like he deserved a win.
From fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right in every scenario.
Stephen A. Smith made it clear he believes Manny Pacquiao absolutely did enough to win against Mario Barrios. He didn't hold back, calling the result a robbery and challenging the judge's verdict. While he acknowledged that everyone is entitled to their opinion, he said this decision just doesn't sit right with him, especially given Pacquiao's performance. Bobby Pacquiao echoed those sentiments, expressing surprise at the outcome and questioning what the judges were watching. To call it a draw, while he firmly believes Manny did more than enough, he admitted they have no choice but to accept the decision, even if it feels unjust.
Get one. Why do you think the judges saw it the other way for the draw?
I'm long time. I'm a fighter also. I'm a fighter. 14 years in the ring, or 13 years in the ring. But I know the score. The score. So many judges, but I'm surprised that the decision is like that. I'm surprised, but anyway, the judges and the decision is now. Let's accept. We really accept that decision.
Do you want to see your brother keep fighting?
Right now, just focus with family.
In a post-fight interview, rising prospect Colonel Mouton weighed in on the controversial result of Pacquiao versus Barrios. Mouton confidently stated he thought Manny had clearly won the fight, though he acknowledged the official ruling was a draw. His remarks reflect the growing disconnect between fan reactions and official judging. He also hinted that a rematch may never materialize, adding another layer of frustration to an already divisive outcome. Considering Manny's age and Barrios' status as an active champion, the decision didn't just shock fans, it seemed to slam the door shut on what could have been a legendary comeback moment.
Pro boxing fans here with Kamel Mo and Kamel. I've just seen a draw between Pacquiao and Barrios tonight. What do you think?
It was a great fight, and Pacquiao put on a hell of a performance, and much respect to Barrios as well. It takes two to tango, so it's just an overall great fight.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny pulled it out, and I feel like he deserved a win. But it's boxing, and I'm not mad at a draw either.
Do you want to see a rematch, or do you think they should both fight other people?
I don't think I want to see a rematch. Manny did. It was a great fight. I think we should just leave it at that. I would like to see Pacquiao and Mayweather too. That's really the fight I want to see. And
Kamel on the undercard.
Definitely, absolutely. And that would be a huge card.
What do you think of Barrios in there tonight?
I don't know. I think Pacquiao's style was kind of throwing him off. I've had a lot of very skilled fighters.
Expectations were always going to be tricky for a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. People often forget how age diminishes a fighter's speed, timing, and explosiveness. Still, despite being long removed from his prime, Manny delivered a performance that exceeded expectations and reignited the belief that he could still compete with today's elite.
Pacquiao last night was not a great fighter in his prime. He was a great fighter who was just a good fighter who was still a better fighter than the world champion at the time. He was so great in his prime that when he came down levels to being good, he's still better than the good ones. He's still the goodest. That's what you saw. And the fact that when he was fighting in his era, his rivals were also watching that car go by every 3 or 4 months, 2 times a year at 200 miles an hour and catching more glimpses of it. But these young fighters, they ain't been watching that, bro. Even if they're watching it, they're not living it. They're not studying it. They're worried about their contemporaries and rivals. So for him, this was like, what is going on? The amount of adjustments that he needed to make, the southpaw, the in and out, the awkward angles, the underneath right jab, like all of this shit is like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And that was a lesson for a young fighter that really he had a privilege to learn. He got a gift last night. Barrios will be better from this fight forward than he would ever have been without it. Let me tell you that. This is what happens when you have a phenomenal, unique, absolute anomaly in the sport. That's what Pacquiao is. That's what he proved last night. I'm always the guy who decries when someone is robbed and when the fighter who should have his hand raised doesn't get it raised. And it's a crime to me to steal these from fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right in every scenario.
Pacquiao's ring IQ, footwork, and heart carried him through each round, offering glimpses of the legend who once reigned across 8 divisions. Fans and analysts alike praised his ability to seize momentum during key moments, even against a significantly younger opponent. No one expected vintage Pacquiao, but what they got was more than worthy of respect. The online boxing community erupted after the decision, none louder than the popular X account BKS Secret Sports, whose viral post claimed Pacquiao had clearly been robbed. Fans flooded timelines with frustration, echoing sentiments like, "Pacquiao just got robbed. He dominated Barrios." Many insisted Barrios had little impact, while Manny landed cleaner combinations, entertained more, and dictated the pace. Despite debates over power punches and output, the overwhelming narrative was that Pacquiao simply did more, though critics noted Manny didn't go for a knockout late. His movement, accuracy, and control made the decision baffling. Even if age limited him, round by round he still looked like the superior fighter.
Right, and then to 114.
I thought Manny won.
Close fight. I think Manny did a good job towards the end. Last round I gave it to Barrios, but the last 5 rounds before the 12,
I had the same way.
It was Manny Pacquiao. I thought Barrios was gonna take it, but I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well,
great job by Manny Pacquiao. He's 46 years old.
4 years old, 46. Look,
yeah, man,
and you know boxing, so people can't say that you're biased or you're just.
No, I think he did great. I mean,
I think
for
he
his
won.
age,
Regardless,
it's not the money that we used to know, but
All right.
Thank God he didn't lose.
No, he didn't lose. It was close to Jeff Horn. He didn't lose. Bradley won. He didn't lose. And tonight he didn't lose.
Yes.
Another outraged fan voiced what thousands around the world felt: disbelief and anger. On social media, he posted bluntly, saying the judges in Las Vegas must be on drugs or paid off. Manny dominated. He won 11 of 12 rounds, maybe all of them. What a disgrace. When the fight was reviewed round by experts, most agreed Pacquiao had won at least 6 rounds convincingly. His clean punches and explosive combos, delivered with flashes of his trademark speed, thrilled the crowd. Even Barrios admitted afterward that Manny still packed shocking power. What infuriated fans most was how razor-thin the scorecards were. Just one more round for Pacquiao and he would have claimed victory.
Opponents have to face. And then all of a sudden, Manny just starts cooking. He's just like, and Freddie said it, like he has this good 6th round and Freddie was just like, you get him with a 5-punch combination, I think you can get him out of here. Now, I don't know if he was ever at that point. I can't say that Barrios was ever really in danger, but I think Freddie was right. Like, I just think that if Manny showed the threat, I just think it froze Barrios for all these rounds. And so he had a run of like 4 straight. And at my point, he's up on the scorecards, 87-84, which meant all he needed was one more in my mind. And I was pretty in line with the TV broadcast. I think that we had a little bit of a swing on 8. I think 8 was a little closer, or 9 was a little closer, excuse me. But all he needed was one more round. And mind you, I bet on him, but I was like, Barrios comes out in the 10th. His trainer's like, hey man, you can't respect this guy. And it's tough because Manny pulls these tricks like where he's like trying to delay coming out of the ring because his tape's messed up. or he's like messing with the guy saying, hey, you're hitting me low. And even the ref had to be like, Manny, I'll determine if he's hitting low. But he's so charming. You just look at him and you're like, I can't get mad at him. But Barrios comes down that 10th, has some really good body work. And you're like, all right, I think he took that one. So then it's 96-94. Get to the next round, Barrios, he has some that was the closest that you could have probably leaned Pacquiao in my mind. But Barrios had some flurries. It just looked like he was getting better up. And it kind of looked like Manny was starting to wear down a little bit. It just looked like he didn't have, because I think it's just at 46. I just don't think he has those combinations in him the same way. Super entertaining. Had the time of my life watching him because he didn't embarrass himself. And I know a lot of people, I think the vast majority of people think that he won. I think the reaction to everybody was like, Barrios, you couldn't mess with a 46-year-old? Like, Manny, they always say like, oh, you got to beat the champ. It's a stupid thing. I hate that, but people believe in that. Oh, you got to take the belt. I think a lot of people thought of like, you got to annihilate a 46-year-old or the 46-year-old should win.
Before he ever stepped into the ring, Manny faced a storm of concerns from fans and insiders. Many warned him about the dangers of fighting at his age, especially against a fresher, younger opponent. But Pacquiao silenced the doubters. Not only did he go the distance, but he also looked sharp and composed throughout. His footwork held firm, his conditioning impressed, and his timing remained impressive. Rather than a farewell, the bout became a statement proof that Manny still belongs. In conversations about today's elite fighters,
guys, I'm going to try and articulate what I've just seen to you, but it's really, really hard because when something defies logic and something defies what you were expecting, going into this fight, I was more worried about Manny Pacquiao's health rather than whether or not I thought he could win this fight. So to watch it and watch something quite incredible, I'm really going to struggle through this video. I've got a couple of interesting things to say. I've got a few insights to give to you. But the number one thing people that are clicking on this video who haven't seen the fight will probably be thinking is, was this legitimately a draw? And I'm going to try and answer that question for you in this video. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to A Guy Called Henry. This is my instant reaction to Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. So please smash a like on this video, subscribe to A Guy Called Henry if you're new, and get your comment in the comment section below. Do you think that Pacquiao won this fight? And what do you think he should do next? Guys, I cannot believe what I've just seen. I'm absolutely blown away. I'm so impressed. Manny Pacquiao at 46 years old had come back in the ring, and he would have broken the record as the oldest champion of all time, I believe. He would have broken his own record at the very least as the oldest welterweight champion of all time. And coming into this, I suspected that he had absolutely no chance. I thought after the Rukia Ampo fight that I saw, after the fact that he lost 4 years ago, I think it was, to Ordenis Ugas, who Barrios had beaten, I don't think there was any chance of him winning this fight. But sometimes there's people out there that just defy everything you think and know. And I thought this fight was a gimmick. I thought this fight was a joke. And I can understand why people will question the credibility, the legitimacy of this result, because it is that mind-blowing. But go and watch this fight for yourself. See it with your own eyes. Manny Pacquiao was very good in there. He was very good in there. Is he the prime Pacquiao of old? No, because prime Pacquiao of old would have absolutely destroyed Barrios tonight. But Manny Pacquiao legitimately did well in that fight. Do I agree with the scorecard? I'm going to let you know what my scorecard was at the end of this video, but just talking in terms of what was happening in there. It was an interesting fight where Barrios was trying to use straight punches to keep Manny at bay, and he tried to counterpunch Manny. Manny would do his classic lunging in that he'd always do. And as he'd land those shots or hit the guard, Barrios would look to counter him immediately with straight shots. He'd also throw hooks to the body of Manny and straights to the body of Manny. Manny used a few veteran tactics in there to try and navigate those difficult rounds. He'd say, oh, it's a bit low, it's a bit low.